Well, good morning. Here I am again. So it was another early alarm this morning. I'm just on the station here waiting for the first train to Silverdale. So it can only mean one thing. I'm on my way to Leighton Moss today. Hopefully I'll get something to show you. Here we are at sunny Silverdale. Right, let's get down. I'm going to make my way to the lower height first. I like to go to the far side of the reserve, it's going to be a bit quiet around there, so the crowds will arrive soon. So yeah, I like to go to the light. That's always my plan really, low hide first. Right, let's see what we can see. I'm just heading to the causeway. Anyone that's been to Leighton Moss will recognise all this. What I'll be keeping, just see if there's any warblers about along this walkway. Sometimes you get the dragonflies, broad-bodied chasers and things, so I'll just keep my eye open for anything like that. Just check my camera settings. Yeah, everything's okay. Still a bit dark, but I have a custom setting set on my camera, so I just have it set for a thousandth of a second wide open, which on this lens is 4.5. And then I have auto ISO. I know a lot of people say you shouldn't use it, but I have a button set for exposure compensation, so that's just the way I like to do it. We all have our own ways. But yeah, it's still quite dark. You might not look it, but I was at ISO 10,000 then when you just look through the camera. So it's still quite dark. One of the reasons I came today, actually, it's not meant to be bright sunshine, which is actually better for photography. For wildlife photography, you don't want the bright, harsh, contrasty light. So this is nice, soft light we've got here. So here we are on the causeway, making our way to the lower hide. Just slow walk, keep my eye open for anything. There's something there, what's that? Nope. I think it was just one of the friendly robins wanting feeding, probably. So hopefully I'll see some dragonflies roosting somewhere. Oh, we have got a warbler there. Just have a quick look here. This is where the bearded tits are in the winter, where the grit trays are. Sure, anyone that's been Leighton Moss knows about this. At the moment you can't even see the grit trays. They're in there somewhere. In fact, they might have even taken them down. I'm sure we'll see some have a flyover by a marsh area sometime today. I'm going to give the causeway hide a miss for now. Probably pop in there on the way back. There didn't seem to be a lot there, mainly swans, and so I'll carry on down to the the lower hide. There has been some sightings of the tawny owls and the owlets, so hopefully we'll see them. Bit of a walk, so a nice slow walk. It's a bit like walking down a tunnel in the summer. It's a bit more open in the winter, but yeah, it's nice. Let's get to the lower hide. It is always worth having a stop places like this. I have seen otters here before. There's always a chance of a bittern coming out of the reed beds there. And same the other side. Just have a quick look, especially down the side of the reed beds. You can see no gloves today. I'm not really looking for deer and things, stalking things. It's a bit more relaxed at Leighton Moss. I think the animals, the birds, are a bit more used to seeing people. I am actually using my Vaughan bag again today, which is handy. I didn't want to bring a tripod or monopod or anything, so at the moment I'm just resting the camera on top of the Vaughan bag, the Vaughan hip pack. So as you can probably tell, I really do like them. It's been a good buy. Haven't seen any other wildlife photographers using one yet, but I'm sure the word will get round sooner or later. I might get asked about it today actually. I'll probably get a few strange looks thinking, what's that he's got on? To the lower hide. Another noisy gate. Right. Along here was just a bit further along here was where the tawny owls have been spotted, so fingers crossed. Don't know if they can. It's actually the owl box, so I'll have a good walk around here, see if we can spot the owl. I haven't had much luck actually. I know a lot of people that have seen the owls here and got good photos, but up to now I haven't had a lot of luck when it comes to the Leighton Moss tawny owls. And it looks like that is going to continue. Here we are on the just coming up to the walkway to the lower hide. Go and have a sit in here for an hour. I think we're a bit late for otter activity. I mean, it's what time is it now? 7:20, so the sun's been up a couple of hours, so I don't think we'll get it, but you never know. There's always a chance. There's always hope of seeing something, so let's get in there, get settled down, and hopefully I'll take some photos. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Got the place to myself. So I'll grab a couple of photos of the grey heron. Still very low light. Got 1,000. ISO 4000 at 1,000th of a second, f4.5. It's preening itself at the moment. Some wobble there. right in front of the hide. Probably too small to see on the video camera, but I'll grab a couple of photos. Not really out in the open yet. Hopefully it'll show itself soon. It's a marsh harrier. Just seen it go down over there, so hopefully it'll head this way. I hope you could see that on the video camera. I think I've got some photos of it though. I've just had a quick look at them marsh harrier shots. So yeah, I've got a couple of good ones. It's always nice when you do that. Quite early in the day, I know I can go home happy now because at least I've got a couple of photos. Hasn't been a wasted journey. So yeah, very good start to the day. Just need a bit and fly over now. I don't ask for too much, do I? Got an otter now in the very distance. I'll just grab a couple of photos. They're too far away, but I'll just to prove that there is one there. You definitely won't be able to see that on the video camera. I'll just see if I can get anything decent. Playing about there. Oh, they are. Porpoising. Very distant though. Which is where they usually do stay. They don't come near the hide. After about an hour in the hide, I've decided to have a walk. It's alright, quite successful. I think I've got a good photo of a marsh harrier. Probably with the photo that I'm going to edit at the end of the video. Unless I see a bittern or something, but yeah, quite successful. Did see a bittern fly by and a kingfisher, but it was, they were just too fast and the bittern was too distant. And then there's an otter as well, but that was very distant. I did get a photo, but nothing special. So, but I got a nice one of a marsh harrier, I think. So I'm happy. Just thought I'd have a bit of a walk in the woodland here. Who knows what we'll see. I think it's quite quiet around this area. It is a nice place to come, Leighton Moss. Can get a little bit busy, especially weekends, but I never come here weekends now. You never know what you're going to see. But yeah, I was hoping for some dragonflies here, but doesn't look like. Can't see anything. There's no movement at the moment. Might need to warm up a little bit, but I mean, if anywhere looks like you might see dragonflies, I'd say this is the place. You won't believe we're here in Lancashire looking at this, wouldn't you? It's like an old swamp. Don't know if anyone else does this, but I always pre-visualise my photos. I'm just stood here thinking, I can just see a marsh harrier hovering over the top of them reeds. Be nice, wouldn't it? We live in hope. Still no sign of the tawny owl. Sun's getting out now, so hopefully that'll bring some dragonflies out. So we'll get back on the causeway, see if we can spot any. Quite a lot of broad-bodied chasers here in the past, so it's good. I use the Olympus, it is Olympus lens, 150 to 400 Pro lens, and it's very good. It's almost like having a macro lens, so hopefully I'll better show you that. Well then, the Causeway Hide was quite busy, so I didn't do any video when I was in the Causeway Hide, but I did manage to get a few photos. Got a couple of the cormorants that are quite often in front of the hide there, and a flyby of the marsh harrier again, and we got a distant flyby of a bittern, so I just thought I'd share a few of them photos with you. Just left the Causeway Hide, not too much about. Had a flyby of a bittern, but it was a bit distant. I got another marsh harrier shot, but nothing out of the ordinary, nothing special really, so just going to make my way around to the Grisdale Hide now, see if there's anything about there. So I'll take one of this butterfly. It's one advantage of the Micro Four Thirds. You get good depth of field and good close focusing. Red Admiral butterfly. Just making my way down to the Grisdale Hide now. I never thought, just past the school trip, it's that time of year where they're taking the kids out on the school trips. It's quite busy with kids at the moment. A little bit noisy, but it's nice to see them getting interested in nature. I'll just head down to the Grisdale Hide and see if there's anything about. I'm surprised I haven't seen any dragonflies yet, which I was hoping to see, but there's always a chance. Just coming up to the Grisdale Hide now. This is, I'd say this is my favourite hide really. I've had some good sightings here of bitterns and marsh harriers, but it is very popular. It can get busy. Probably won't get a good place now, but you never know. I might drop lucky. Might be empty. Soon find out. Well, as you can see, there was a few people in the hide, so I didn't really like recording video when I was taking the photos. But I did manage to get a few of the marsh harrier. I had a couple of flybys of the marsh harrier, and there was a reed warbler that showed from near one of the windows, so I got a couple of shots of that. And then we had a flyby from a great white egret, so I did grab a couple of images of that as well. Been a successful day in the Grisdale Hide. Never let you down. Had a couple of good flybys of the marsh harrier. There's reed warblers there and the great white egret. So hopefully I've got some good photos. You can never tell till you get back on the computer really, but yeah, I'm quite confident that I think I've got some decent shots there. So fingers crossed. Just going to make my way back to the station now. Train's on time, which makes a change for Northern Rail, but you know, every now and then it happens. Right, so hopefully I'll have some decent photos, and I'll pick one to edit in DxO PhotoLab. It'll be at the end of the video. Well, here I am back at the computer, and I've decided the image I'm going to work on is one I got of a cormorant. I just thought it was a good one to show some different techniques you can use. It's going to be another quite quick edit. There's not too much to do on it, so let's get into it. Right, so here we are. Quite a nice image of a cormorant, showing feather detail and everything. So I thought this would be a good one just to show what DxO, what it's capable of bringing out them details from your lenses and things. So this is what it's like when it's first brought into PhotoLab. There's a few things added. Like the lens corrections and things, so if I just click on compare, that was nothing. There's no lens corrections, anything, or sharpening or anything on there. So that's a completely raw image, and then that is with a few of the corrections that are automatically put on in DxO PhotoLab. So straight away, quite a big improvement.
Looking at this image, just have a look. There's a little bit of scope, a little bit underexposed. I did have some plus 0.3 exposure compensation, but I think we can just go a little bit further with that. So just make sure we don't clip. So I'm going to just up the highlight slightly, the exposure slightly, and we're going to go down into the tone curve to set that white point. Now the blacks, the cormorant's looking a little bit washed out, so I'm just going to the blacks a bit. Smart lighting, don't think that's going to help in this image. No, I'm going to leave the smart lighting off. A little bit of clear view plus. I like what it's doing on the cormorant, but I don't like what it's doing in the background, so I'll add the clear view plus on me local adjustments. I'll just have a quick look at crop. Do I need a crop? I don't think I do. I think that's okay as it is. We don't need to crop that. Contrast. I will add some contrast. I'm not going to add mica contrast. I'm going to add. We'll just see. I think the mid-tones contrast might be quite good on the bird. Yeah, that's looking all right. And I will just add a little bit of contrast as well. There's different ways of adding contrast. You could use, you could do it with the tone curve. Oh, that's the first mistake I made. Look, instead of doing it on the Luma curve, I did it on the RGB, the master curve, which I don't like doing. So I'm going to reset that, and I'm going to set my white point on the Luma curve. So we're looking something like that. Now I'm thinking, I think I'm going to go straight into the local adjustments on this one. I'm going to use the eye mask, but I'm not using the animal. I'm just going to use the area, drag an area over that, because I want the post included, not just the bird. So before I do anything on that mask, I'm going to duplicate it and invert it, and that gives us a mask for the background. On that background mask, I'm thinking if I just cool it down slightly, it'd probably be nice. And I'm even going to up the saturation of the blues ever so slightly. So I'm just cooling that background down a bit. And also I'm going to do negative mica contrast. I'll just help soften the image a bit. Yeah, so that's looking better. Now I'm going to go on to the bird mask. I'm going to add some mica contrast for the bird mask, and I am just going to very slightly up the temperature. Just going to zoom in. And I'm going to see what the bit of extra lens sharpness will do for us. I'm just making sure. Yes, I must have the DxO, the deep prime rendering turned on. So you can just see what a difference that sharpness and just makes everything pop. Right, we'll have a look. Still on the bird mask. What else could we try? Selective tone, do we need anything? Don't know whether we do. This is where I'm going to try a bit of clear view plus, because I think this could just make that the feathers really pop out of there. Yeah, that's really helping that. Might just try a little bit of lifting the shadows ever so slightly, not too much. We're not a million miles away already. Just don't like the bright area at the top, so I'm thinking that maybe I can do another mask, and I'll use the control line. Just drag a control line down from the top. I don't want it to affect the bird, so what I'm going to do is add a submask and then use another negative area just so it won't affect that cormorant. Then on that mask I'm just going to knock the exposure down slightly and the highlights. Probably just gone a little bit too far with that mask, so I'll just go feather it a bit higher up. Yeah, I'm quite liking the look of that already. So I don't think there's a lot else to do on that image. It's really quick edit again. So we've gone from that flat sort of not really showing the details. We've gone from that to that, which is really nice. We have done. That must have been from an earlier edit that I did, because there has been some repair tools on there. I'll just show you what they've done. I'll just reset that. So there was some white areas. So what I didn't like them white areas in the water there, so I just used the repair tool to get rid of them white areas and bright areas. Quite easy to do things like that. Yeah, so I'd say that's a finished image. I won't go much further with that one. I would like go away and come back, leave it for a bit, and come back and see what I think. I mean, it's maybe you could sort of do a bit more on that background. Maybe you can make it even bluer if you wanted. You could take it down even further. That obviously not that far, but usually subtle edits are the best. You don't want to go too far with the edits. Yeah, I'm quite liking what that's doing. So I think that would be the finished edit for me. So yes, we've gone from that to that. I'll just do the side by side and do the split view. So we've gone from that to that. You just see them details pop. What a difference it does make. I'm just going at 100% and just the feather details that are there now compared to before and after. That is the main reason I use DxO really. It's just it does bring out these details good in your lenses and your, you know, the lens correction and things. It's second to none, I'd say. It's one of the best on the market, definitely. Right, so another edit done. I'm going to try and carry on with this sort of format where I go out in the field and take some photos and then I'll come back and edit one on the computer. So I hope you like this. I'm going to stick at it, but right, thanks for watching and till next time.